Hello, welcome to this quick character guide for Farideh. Farideh is a Tiefling Warlock. She has the skill ability, so she has multiple long range and different attacks which she can do, which makes her very versatile for your team. Going into our boots, our common is a great option at 75% chance for 2 targets to gain a 50% increase in damage, which could be very strong as it's 2 allies. One of my more personal favorites, though, is her rare Explorer Boot, 75% chance to do massive 250% damage for 1 random enemy in 2 zones. Another great option maybe to think about is, as she has some good weapons, she has a 100% chance to do a counterattack for 2 turns, assuming she gets attacked here, though. And then moving into her legendary, which I'm personally not a fan of, but has a great percent chance to inflict 25% less damage to enemies. Moving into her helmets, we have a couple good options. One of my more personal favorites, though, is her common, which once you get to level 13, all enemies in 3 zones will have 50% less defense, 4 turn duration, and 4 turn cooldown, which is always good. Moving into her rare, assuming your enemies have a lot of attack, let's reduce the amount of max damage they can possibly do to your team, and that's what this one does. If you have enemies that have a 1 turn range attack and they are one zone past you, then you can use this. This may be good for PvP as they have 1 space gap between your monsters. So this will prevent your Thomas from being able to move forward and attacking. If he has counterattack, this is a good counter to that. Another one good for farming or just to reduce enemies' damage in general. This can attack all enemies, 50% damage, and they'll reduce the target's damage output by 25%. It's a really good option. Moving into the spellbooks or necklace items are common, which I generally don't use. 1 enemy in 2 zones will have 50% less attack, well, you'll gain 50% attack. One of my favorites of this class is the rare. The rare book will attack all enemies in 3 zones, doing 75% damage. The best probably in this zone is her epic, which 1 zone out of 3 zones you can attack the entire zone, doing 150% damage. Or if she gets attacked a lot and you need the extra heal ability, her legendary spellbook is also a great option. Moving into her weapons, she has a great variety of weapons depending on how you want to use her. Right now, I'm trying to get her rod to level 13, as it'll have a 75% chance to inflict 250% damage, which I believe this would be the strongest weapon for her within this class. If you want an enemy to pull down, so say there's an enemy that's 1 zone, 1 extra zone, 2 zones away, and you want to pull it down because your next would maybe be another character that can attack it only 1 zone, this could be a great option. If you want to inflict a massive amount of injure, this is a great option for the common. I generally do not recommend the silver hand gear, but it is cool and it's a unique perk that you will not find it anywhere else. The target cannot heal, and then you'll do 10% extra damage against the target. The legendary staff is also a great option, 50% chance to injure for 100%, but the only downside is if it doesn't proc, you're only doing 75% damage, so there's a trade-off there. If there are enemies that are very close and you want to push them away, 75% chance to inflict 150% damage. This is a great option as it's a 2 range attack, and it's going to consistently do either 100 or 150% damage. And another great option, if enemies are 1 range away, this is going to inflict 50% time, 250% damage, and you're also going to be gaining health. As always use your best armor, because armors have no skills, so the strongest one is always going to yield you the best results. Moving into our ring items, there's generally 2 I'll recommend. So the common one is a good one. When hit, there's a 100% chance that when you're hit again, you'll have 50% reflect damage, which is good. Or you can use your epic, which once you max it out will have 50% consistent attack damage, as her attack damage is only 481. It's kind of low. Given this will give her extra chance to make sure her other damage output is actually going, so she can do the most amount of damage as possible. But though her rare is going to give you 75% chance to gain stealth, which is good, and her legendary, though it's very good, I do not know if the start of the turn percentage will increase, but when it gets to level 4, that's maybe 40% to gain 25% chance. This would be a very good chance because she is a lot about doing max amount of damage, but she has low attack, so keep that in mind. This is a Farideh guide, so now go out, destroy, and save Waterdeep.